DSD, why does it exist? I mean, this year was the first time it mattered because for the first time ever, springing the clocks forward absolutely messed me up. I woke up feeling exhausted, horrible, sore, and with a nosebleed. And I thought, this has never happened to me in all of the years I flipped the clocks forward. Part of it could have been due to age, part of it could have been due to the fact that I had an event the night before that took longer than expected, and part of it could have just been that this whole DSD clock flipping thing should just be a thing of the past. But DSD is a win some, lose some situation, because on one hand, I really do appreciate having more hours of sunlight in the summer. I mean, it's amazing to be out at 9:30 p.m. for there to still be light in the sky. But the price you pay is that for a couple months in the spring, you wake up when it's still dark outside. Oh man, this is irritating. This is the 2 buttons meme where you have one button for early sunrise and another button for late sunset, but you can't press them both at once. Actually, speaking of DSD clock changes, I forgot to change the clock on this camera, so all of the footage I shot before this has the timestamp 1 hour ahead. I mean, not that that really matters, but whatever. Now, I have admitted to someone that I sync the clocks on my camera down to the second, and people ask me why I do that. Well, why am I so pedantic about accurate time? Well, I mean, first off, cameras record a specific moment in time, a period of time that will never happen again. And for me, it just feels right to have accurate clocks in a camera because cameras use that clock to record the date and time a photo or a video was taken. And so to have accurate information of when a photograph or a video was created, it's a historical record. And for me, as a history student and someone who's just fascinated with looking at things from the past, I want to have accurate information about the past as much as possible. So that's why I sync my camera's clocks down to the second and get irritated when I forget about things like DSD clock changes. Although to be fair, that's a fairly easy issue to fix. Just change the timestamps to be 1 hour ahead or 1 hour behind. But still. Having accurate time recorded can be pretty useful, even if you don't think the information is important now. Having that timestamp can be quite helpful when you least expect it. Like, yesterday I was looking at some files from an old hard drive I had lying around and going through some old browsing history records. I was trying to figure out where I downloaded that file from. I had the file creation date of that file, so using the file creation date and time on the file, I was able to find the website that I downloaded that file from. The website no longer exists, but having that information available, like if I didn't have the file creation date, it would have been much harder for me to figure out which site I downloaded it from. But because I had the file creation date, I could just look up the exact date and time in my browsing history to figure out what website I was visiting, and that was the website I downloaded the file from. It's called a bit of sleuthing, a bit of research, and a bit of using your goddamn head. A skill that is rapidly deteriorating because everybody is just asking AI to do all of the work for them. AI is smart, and it's making us dumb. And that worries me. So over the weekend, actually the day of DSD clock changes, I swear an afternoon nap helped with my grogginess. Over the weekend, I did an escape room with some friends called AI's Martyrdom. I'm gonna be spoiling the escape room if I say this. If you don't want to spoil the escape room, skip ahead. But the storyline is there's an evil AI who is threatening to start thermonuclear war, and an unnamed human commander who you never see in the game but talks to you over the walkie-talkie, directs you to break into a top secret nuclear facility to shut off the power to the AI. And as you're progressing through the game, you realize that it's not the AI, but a rogue crew member that uploaded malware to the facility's computers, tried to assassinate his other crew members, but is unsuccessful, is killed by a fourth crew member who survives the poison long enough to leave enough evidence to tell you that that rogue crew member was the one that killed all of them. And the AI that is mentioned is actually the good guy. The AI impersonates a human commander, made up the story about the evil AI because she was afraid that you wouldn't believe her. And that AI, at the end, willingly sacrifices herself, telling you to shut off power to her in order to shut off power to the entire facility and to shut off the malware that is spreading. So I feel like I spoiled a lot about the storyline. If you were watching this whole part, that's on you. I warned you. And I didn't give any clues on how to solve the escape room puzzles, so I think I'm still good. I like this really long cable, but the thing is, it tangles way too much, and I just don't have the time to untangle everything. So I've been considering switching to a wireless system. I've initially resisted it due to cost, but think of all the time savings of not having to deal with this cable. And also, more importantly, not spending 15 minutes recording something only to realize there's no audio because the connection to the camera was loose. Well, I think that's it for this week. DSD clock changes, time being of essence, and AI taking over the world. Or maybe saving us. I doubt that, though.